I am here today with a 3v3 first place deck profile by, oh my god,
Wow.
who are you? Who is
It's
this?
me, it's Distant Coder.
Oh my god, what did you play today, bud?
I entered a 3v3 with two great players, and I opted to play Unchained, the best deck ever made. No, it's just my classic deck, and I scrubbed out of the main event, so I just decided, fuck it, I'll just play Unchained. I'm gonna have some fun. I entered with John Wilkin and Cody Angeloff, who were playing good decks, and I just chose to play this. But I actually did really well, so I wanted to show it off for you guys.
Unironically carried throughout the team, I'm sure.
That's not, no, I did well. I actually did well. I wasn't carried that much. Only
No,
a bit.
you did great. You only do the best. You are the distant coder. Yeah,
Real,
you carried.
real.
Yeah, you had to carry the national champion, obviously. That's the only way we
Correct,
go.
yes.
But anyway, before we get into his deck profile, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, like the video, and feel
Punch
free to
it,
check out.
uppercut it, kick it in the shins. Let's go.
Throw it down the stairs. But anyway, also make sure you subscribe to Kevin, obviously.
That's
Distant Coder, in case you already aren't. I don't imagine that any of you are. But anyway, he's going to show off his list. But do you have any shout outs, my darling, before we get into it?
shout outs to Cody and John. They did really freaking well.
Yeah.
And shout outs to them for letting me play this just like fun deck, and they believed in me.
And carrying the team.
Yeah. No, I unironically did well. So overall, like, in terms of score,
He thinks we keep saying that they
I know,
carried
I'm
him.
saying he.
We're saying you.
I know. No, but like, okay, in terms
We're
of score,
gassing you up, Kevin.
Pog. Okay, we all did a really, really pog job. It was really insane. No, honestly.
Pog up. All right, well, we're going to get into the profile now. Lay it on me, babe. Do what you want to
All right, let's run it. So I played 3 of the Aruha. You have to.
No way.
It's really good. 3 of the Rakea and 3 of the Sarama. Just 3 of every twin. Just keep in mind, this is a blind second list.
Yes.
You have to go second in this deck, because if you go first, like, I side deck all this stuff for going first. I just don't want to lose die rolls. If you lose a die roll, then you technically win it if you go second, because everyone wants to go first, so you basically never lose a die roll. So you play 3 of every twin, I think is correct when going second, because drawing 1 means you can crash it, and you have access to basically anything else in your engine. And then to round out the Unchained, you play the 1 Abom and the 1 Dog.
Dog!
The 2 Abom and the 1 Dog. Yeah, so the Abom is really good. I consider playing 3 of this for going second, just because you can chain block your effects. So like if you have it in hand, and you crash one of your twins, you can go twin chain 1, a bomb chain 2. They can't like ash it or negate it or whatever. Obviously they can't ash and damage that, but you understand what I mean. And the dog is
From a judge himself.
The judge in you.
Yo,
is like-
rulings! But yeah, no, the dog is a one of, and you wish you didn't have to play it in your deck, because
Yeah.
you draw it. The first game that I played, literally the first game, I picked this up, whatever. Round 1, game 1, drew it. I was like, I hate my life. But
Dope,
it's okay.
love that.
It is what it is. But no, you have to play it. Sometimes you wish you had more, but drawing it just makes it so bad that you have to just play the 1.
Fair.
But it's good. It is what it is. In terms of hand traps, Cody convinced me to play 3 Ash, 3 Nib. I think it's correct. Initially, I was going to main 3 evenly matched before I played the Nib, but he said Nib is better for Sword Soul, and we expect a lot of Sword
True.
Soul, which is correct. I played
Yep.
against 3 Sword Souls in the 6th round.
Was it worth?
And honestly, yes, Nib is way better. Actually, I didn't Nib anyone during the 3v3 because I just simply didn't draw it, but I do think that Nib was
Yes.
better than evenly matched as a pick overall, so I do think it was correct to play the Nibiru's. Other go second cards as monsters, I play the Pankratops and the 3 Radiant. The reason why you play Radiant is because it's a Dark Fiend, and because the deck Fiend blocks you, it's you can still summon this even if you're Fiend blocked. And the Link monsters also add back a Fiend from grave, and sometimes you get to add back the Kaiju if you already have follow-up for the next turn just to clear some stuff. So that's pretty
Kind of
good.
silly that you could do that.
It's honestly really sick. In terms of spells, you play a lot more than you would if you were going first. If you were going first, you play Trap Heavy, but otherwise you play Spell Heavy if you're going second. The Abomination's Prison is just Rhoda, and for consistency, you play 3 Pot of Prosperity just because digging for 6 is really good when you're playing a lot of blowout cards. Again, if you're playing blind first and you just choose I want to go first, you play extra over this because the extra card comes up a lot because Unchained has a difficult time maintaining resources. But if you're going second, you just want to dig 6 cards deep for that blowout card, the Raigeki, the Dark Ruler, just to blow out your opponent. So 3 of the Prosperity I think is very correct. And the blowout cards that I just named, triple of the Dark Ruler, and I also played 3 Raigeki. This is nuts. The reason why I
Full
played Raigeki,
combo.
so the thing is, I was considering playing Lightning Storm just for like back row stuff,
Yeah.
but this deck like naturally beats back row for the most part.
Yeah.
Back row is very easy to deal with, especially with your escape and stuff like that, and just your engine just outgrinds back
Yeah.
row usually. So Raigeki being able to deal with boards is really insane. I played against a Therion ABC, and I literally went Dark Ruler on his full board, like his Therion's guy and the IP, the ABC. I just go Dark Ruler, Raigeki, nothing you can do about it. So it's really good. I genuinely think that triple Raigeki is insane. And then to round it out, weird, going second deck playing trap cards.
Crazy.
You have to play these, so the escape and the chamber are what allow you to grind and also what allow your Aruha and your Rakea to basically generate a lot of advantage for you. So your Sarama sets it back, and then if you don't kill, which a lot of the time you don't kill, you basically have to set up. So the way the deck kind of plays is it's kind of like an aggro but control deck. On your first turn, so the second turn of the duel, your goal is to break the board and then build your own, because it's very rare you'll be able to actually OTK. So you need to play these cards because they allow you to build a board that's able to prevent your opponent from gaining back the resources that you just made them go super minus on. So that's really cool. That's the main deck, 40 cards. Very simple, very standard, I think, for this. Like, I feel like it's very correct to play going second rather than going first with this deck right now. For the extra deck, you play a lot of multiples of the cards just because you play Prosperity. 3 of the Rage, 3 of the Anguish, and 2 of the Abom. For the most part, if you Prospeed, you're getting rid of one of each of these, and then you're getting rid of some of the lesser used extra deck cards. I think that playing 3 and 3 of the dogs is correct, just because in grind games, a lot of times, you have to go back and forth between Rage into Anguish, then Anguish back into Rage, so you have it ready for the opponent's turn. Against stuff like Eldritch, these are the cards that make you win the game. Rage and Anguish mean that you just get to constantly like get rid of their Eldritch, all the time, and if they can't stick an Eldritch to the board, you just play through it. And what's really cool is that the a lot of decks right now are actually ending on Link 2s, which makes it so that your Disaster, the dog in the main deck, is able to go directly from that into the Anguish, and then after that, because you have the Anguish on their turn and they have other monsters on board, you're able to just link climb again. So you can realistically just make the dog, make the Anguish, link up into a 4, and then you just clear 2 of their monsters with 1 card, which is really cool.
Crazy.
Other than that, you play Nightmare Unicorn, which is a fiend, so you can make it with the you can make it with the Rage on their turn with one of their monsters, and then use the effect on summon.
You can also make it in Live Twins because it's a feed.
You can also make it in Live Twins. That is true.
Relatable content.
So yeah, you play 2 Unicorn. Again, one of the Prospe, you'll banish one of these off Prospe for the most part, but you don't always have to. In terms of like tech stuff, I played Trisbana as a Link 3. I also played Zeroboros and Bomber. These cards are...
Yo, you're just an anime character,
These cards are actually really cool. The reason why these cards are cool is because the Trisbana being a Link 3 means that you can go into it with Rage. So if you Rage into Trisbana against a back row deck, you then just summon something in the end phase because you have like the Chamber to Reborn or something like that. And then you just get to wipe the whole back row, which is really cool. And the Zeroboros and the Bomber, basically because they're not once per turn, you can like loop them for all sorts of different things, especially the Bomber because it pops, which is really cool. So like when your opponent has a monster that floats, your monsters tend to float a lot more than the opponent's monsters. So if they have a monster like floats once or whatever, you just summon to the Bomber zone and it's like, okay, wipe the board. I float, you float, cool. Wipe the board again. I float, you float, and you just do that
We
nonstop.
all float too.
Yeah, there you go. So you just get to float infinitely.
Amazing. I love the pool.
And then after that, you play Dingirsu, because Dingirsu is non-targeting, non-destructive removal. It's like you're only out for stuff like Dragoon. People don't make that much anymore, so it doesn't change a whole lot.
Yeah.
But it's a good utility to have. Usually you will banish it off Prosperity, but only once you know what they're playing and you know you don't need it. If you think you might need it, you should keep it.
Cool.
And the last card that you can make in Engine is Access Code Talker. Card's a little insane.
You literally just want to be in Vrains.
I love Vrains. Vrains is the best anime. But yeah, no, Access Code Talker is really cool because you can make it with the Anguish, because the Anguish lets you make a dark link monster. So you can link with this into the access code, specifically because it's dark and only requires 2 monsters. And one play that's really cool that you can do with these cards is if you use the Anguish, you can Anguish target one of the opponent's floaters and then link it off into access code, and because it's your turn, your access code goes chain link 1 and they can't chain to it. It's really cool. It's really, really sick. Are you good, Gage?
Oh yeah.
I'm
Bro, he's sick.
You know what's better?
He's sick, bro.
Brother, I am
This
ill.
deck profile is so much better, bro. That's so much better, bro.
I love you, Gage. You're insane.
This deck's crap. Triple Regeki. This guy right here.
All right, and for the side deck.
Oh, you're not done yet? Oh,
I'm not done. I'm almost done. I'm almost
Oh man, say hello to the video.
It's Doug and Logan's favorite side deck card.
Let's go! Okay, so I sided 3 Token Collector. Sword Soul is... honestly, Sword Soul is probably the easiest meta deck to beat with this deck, and Token Collector just make the matchup a lot easier. You have to play it. It's fucking insane. Other than that, I play like a whole slew of trap cards. So you play the Torrential Tributes, you play 2 Barrier. There's a reason for this, and
Got
it's
it.
because you can search it with Trap Trick.
Yes.
So Trap Trick not only gets these cards, but it also gets your in-archetype trap cards. So the Chamber and the Escape
Yes.
are normal traps. So you can also get Engine if you don't need Engine, you get these.
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
don't need these, you get Engine. Which is really cool. So it's basically this you get.
Yeah, you choose your own adventure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then after that, I played a few Floodgates, which I know everybody loves.
Oh man, in this format?
I played 3 Anti-Spell,
Yeah.
and I chose to play 2 Iron Wall.
Are these, oh my god, look at the commons. I love this.
I literally just needed 2 more cards to put in the side. Wasn't too sure what to play. I chose to play Iron Wall because it makes me not lose to evenly match, and it's really good against a lot of decks in the meta right now. Branded banish a lot. The Despia, like the what's it called, Source Soul banish a lot.
Yeah.
So because it's just generically good and stops a really powerful card that just shits on your deck, I felt like it was okay
Yeah.
to play this for going first.
That's fair.
So as you can see, my side deck is very, very geared towards going first. So realistically, you're main decking just to go second, and then when you know you're going first, you just side in like 13 different cards, and then from there you're just rolling everyone.
Boom.
So yeah,
Amazing.
that's how I won
Show-
this
yeah,
thing.
show
Look
prize.
at that!
Look at
I
that.
won it!
Oh baby, oh look at that.
It is an
Ooh.
uncut sheet. But
Love
yes,
that.
so shout outs to Unchained for being the best deck ever made. Yeah, I love this deck. And yeah, that being said, my team didn't carry me. I actually played well, and yeah.
We
shout
know
outs
you
to them.
did, you goofball. We've been
Shout out
saying
to
that.
the team who just arrived in their outside.
Yeah, oh my god.
Let's
Shout out to
go!
everybody. All right, well,
Awesome.
thank you guys so much for watching this video. We're going to hang out for the rest of the time.
Bye!
on YCS Hartford. Oh my goodness. All right, we'll be home tomorrow. You'll see us in another video. Anyway, go subscribe to Kevin. Subscribe to us too. We try our best. Anyway, we love you. You matter. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, team.